So Terrifier 4 is on the way. It's been officially announced and will be the final movie of the franchise. Today we're going to be breaking down everything we know about it, some predictions, and what we personally want to see in the fourth and final movie. Now this goes without saying, and I just put a warning, but once again we're going to be covering some big spoilers. We're going to be talking in depth about what happened at the end of the third movie and a couple of other things that are going to spoil everything if you haven't seen it. So check out Terrifier 1, 2, and 3, or just 2 and 3, and then come back to this video if you haven't. And before we get started, please be sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with the latest videos, news, predictions, and all that good stuff. Just like this, all the support is greatly appreciated. So to start, Terrifier, I mean, what's it all about? What's the plot line? Who is he and everything? Well, Terrifier, basically the whole series really relies on Art the Clown, this sort of demonic entity that basically gets reincarnated into real life, and they just go on a rampage. That's basically the plot line. There are some other things that go on, a couple of other characters, but the first and the majority of the second movie are really just an absolute massacre. So is the third one, but the second movie introduces Sierra, which ends up being sort of our main character, and that kind of becomes the main focus of Art the Clown. And in the third movie, he's really just trying to target her and kill everybody that she loves, along with a lot of people that get caught in the crossfire, and there's plenty of them. So one of the things that it's mainly known for is the gore. It's extremely gory, it's extremely bloody. This movie just uses gallons upon gallons of blood, and it's all three movies. Even from the very beginning, even with lower budgets, they still managed to create these super realistic prosthetics, these gore effects. It's extremely impressive, honestly, and this carries on from the first, second, and third movie. It really is a masterclass in lower budget but high rewarding practical effects. So the third one is definitely the goriest movie I saw last year, and really one of the goriest movies I saw in a long time. They killed kids, they kill adults, and pretty much everybody in between. It really is a bloodbath, and honestly the best way to describe the Terrifier series is morbidly creative in its gore. I think that's the best way to describe it. So let's talk about the fourth movie. So one of the things that is definitely going to happen is that this will take place right after the third movie, after the events of it. So again, huge spoiler warning, but the end of the third one basically has Sierra's uncle and aunt brutally murdered in front of her as she's tied to a chair, and then afterwards a skull is revealed to her, which we assume is Jonathan, and we see that it has Jonathan's glasses on the skull. So right off the bat, we basically know that he's dead, but it's never really confirmed. This is one of the weird things about it, is that they never show his death. They just have the skull with Jonathan's glasses on it, so it's assumed, right? But it's not confirmed yet. And right after that, the movie basically ends with the gates of hell being opened, and Gabby, Sierra's cousin, ends up falling in, and Art ends up escaping the scene of the crime. So we're kind of left with this devastating, really dark, depressing ending where Sierra's just there, kind of all alone now, with one thing on her mind, and that's to get vengeance on Art the Clown once and for all. So that's pretty much what I believe the fourth movie is going to be all about. It's definitely going to be about her getting her sweet, sweet revenge on Art the Clown. Much deserved. I thought the end of the third one is really, really morbid in so many ways. I mean, she's literally having her aunt and uncle, probably one of the few people left alive in her family, killed in front of her in just such a disgusting, brutal way. Or rather, her uncle is already dead. They already killed him. It's her aunt that really gets killed in front of her, and they're about to kill Gabby as well, this little girl as well. So it's quite crazy, but we know that it's going to pick up where the third one left off. So a couple of things that we want to see is that, is Jonathan alive or not? This is definitely one of the points that I've seen among the fans, and there's no confirmation of whether he's dead or not. And I may have read somewhere that Damien Leone, the director, had confirmed that he died, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Honestly, I feel like they should have had Jonathan die on screen, but I could see, since it is more of the more main characters of the movie as Sierra's brother, that they didn't want to kind of disrespect the character in a way and have him die all brutally on screen. So I could definitely see that being a creative choice of just having him die off frame and just having it be this really cruel reveal to the audience. So I totally get that, but I'm curious to see if they're ever going to go back to that, or if they're going to maybe confirm it somehow. But yeah, that's one thing that I would definitely want to see. Another thing I'm really excited about, which I'm curious to see more of is the origin story of Art. In a post made by Damien Leone while he was writing the script, or I think he's already done with it, but he was basically going through the fact that it's going to be a very satisfying ending, as he says, but on top of that, we're going to get to learn more about Art the Clown's origin. Because throughout the 3 movies, and even before that, we really have nothing to go on. We have absolutely no idea who Art the Clown is, what is he, other than being this demonic force, basically, and having this anchoring to kill everybody he sees in the most brutal ways. Other than that, we don't know anything about him. We don't know where he came from. We don't know his backstory. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Art the Clown became Art the Clown. So that's going to be pretty cool. I hope it's as interesting as it sounds on paper. And on top of that, I think that if I had to make a guess, and I've seen some things around online about this, that he was maybe like a surgeon back in the day, because he carries around all these surgical tools. He has a saw, a hammer, a knife. He has like all these different things, especially in the second one. It's pretty clear. So it's pretty interesting to see, you know, where he came from, or what that's going to be all about. But he was definitely a serial killer, if nothing else. If he even has human elements to him, he may just be a demon. And then finally, the last thing I really want to see is Vengeance Had. I think that Sierra really got the short end of the stick. It's really morbid and dark what she goes through, having basically her entire family killed, except one person. That's so brutal. And there's really nothing at the end of the tunnel. Even in the third one, there's nothing satisfying about the end. Even the second one, I mean, it's kind of satisfying. She's able to kill Art the Clown. So even that one kind of ends as happy as it can. But the third one, there's nothing redeeming about it whatsoever for her story. So I really want there to be vengeance. And from what it sounds like, I believe that she's going to have her vengeance in one way or another. But I'm hoping to see more of that. I feel like Art the Clown, as much as we like to see him kind of go on a rampage, as much as we like the character, and as iconic as he is and kind of funny as he can be, he needs to get his. There has to be some kind of justice in this world of Terrifier. There has to be the moment where he gets what's coming to him. So that's what I want to see in the fourth one. For sure, hands down. I feel like we're going to get that, but definitely want to see a lot of that. So a couple of predictions. Sia will at one point or another find herself in hell. I'm already envisioning maybe some kind of scene where she goes down there and she sees this underworld-like situation to get Gabby, and it'll be really cool, some of the visuals and imagery, twisted imagery that they can throw in there. I can definitely see that being some kind of scene that happens. I don't know what that looks like, but again, just speculating here. Art will die to her hand, maybe even sacrificing herself. So with this prediction, I think it's pretty clear or obvious that Art will probably be killed in this fourth one. I'm guessing it'd be really unsatisfying if he didn't die, but again, I don't know, you know, we don't know how this saga ends, but I can definitely see some kind of self-sacrifice, maybe they kill each other situation. Sierra and Art the Clown kill each other in the same scene. I could definitely see that being the end of the movie or something along those lines. And then of course this is an obvious prediction. I mean, it would be stupid if this wasn't true, but obviously there's going to be more gore than ever before. The last 3 movies have continued to top themselves. The second one has topped the first one, and I was like, okay, that's going to be hard to top. And then the third one topped the second one somehow. So I'm imagining that the fourth one is going to somehow top the third one, which would be absolutely ludicrous, and they need to start getting into some wild territory to basically outdo the third one. But hey, they've continued to do it, so we'll have to see what they come up with. But again, one of the most obvious brain dead predictions is that, yeah, obviously this one's going to be way gorier than any of the other ones, if not matching the same level. And a lot of people say the second one's gorier than the third one. I 100% disagree. That's inaccurate. Third one is definitely more gory than the second one, so we'll have to see. And then another prediction, as far as theming goes, they did Christmas and then they did a Halloween sort of theming for the second one, so I'm imagining that they might do that again. I could definitely see them kind of going full circle here and having the theming be in Halloween night or somewhere around there, maybe October. Other possible things, it'd be kind of cool to have maybe like a summer theme. That'd be pretty cool. You could have Art in his beach attire with his axe or something, or I don't know. Just brainstorming here, but something cool like that. Maybe like a lifeguard Art. That could be a possible thing. And then, yeah, I mean, they already did Christmas, so they're not going to do that again. So yeah, that's just another kind of random prediction thrown out there. But all in all, I think this one's going to be something crazy. Damien Leone said that this one's going to be emotional, it's going to be satisfying, it's going to be brutal, it's going to be all those things. So I'm really looking forward to it. But what are you most excited to see in Terrifier 4? Are you excited? Will you be checking it out? And what do you think of the movies? Let me know below, and please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date with the latest videos just like this. We'll keep you posted on all the Terrifier news, among other things. But thanks for watching, and chat to you on the next one.